All right, so we've done the mean and the median, and now we're on to the mode. So let's take a look at how the frequency distribution for the stress levels of 151 college students. So we have all of these, the stress level and the frequency distribution. Now, the data value that occurs most often in this distribution is what? Well, it's the one that has the highest frequency, which happens to be this one here. And so what we call the 7, which is our data value, we call this the mode of the distribution. So the mode is basically the data value that occurs the most often in a data set. Now, when it's in a frequency distribution, it's really nice because it has it here. If it's not in a frequency distribution, you just have to find the one that occurs the most often. Okay. And that's going to be your mode. Now, if there's no data value that occurs most often, then a data has no mode. Sometimes you can have bimodal, and then that happens is there's two of them that occur the same amount. So maybe, this one was 31, and maybe they put this and it was actually a 31 too. So both of these are 31. And so this would have two modes if that was the case. Now, that's not what this data shows, but just to show you, if it had both of them 31, then you'd have two modes, one at 6 and one at 7. All right, so let's look here at some examples. So we're supposed to find the mode for the following groups of items. Well, if we look at that first set of data, we've got 3, 8, 5, 8, 9, 10. So it looks like 8 occurs the most often, so that means the mode has to be 8 in that first case. What about the second one? Well, we see we have a 3 here and we have a 3 here, and we have an 8 here and we have an 8 here. So this one is bimodal. So that's what I was talking about. You can have two, and so that would be 3 and 8. Now this one, and none of those are the same. So this one has no mode. Now, this happens probably more often than you would assume it would happen, but you can have no modes because you can have all kinds of data and none of them are the exact same, and so therefore you're not going to have a mode in that case. And so your measure of central tendency, that one's not going to be a very good measure of central tendency if they're all over the place and none of them are the same. But in this case, here we have two, and here we have one mode. Okay. Okay, let's stop there and we'll come back with another measure.